Hello, all you beautiful souls out there. Hello and welcome. This is Sherry at Soul Conscious Tarot, and this is going to be our next 72-hour reading where we see what's in the energy for the upcoming next couple days to see what we may need to know, what's in the energy, just to stay aware of what you might experience, so it might be helpful in some way. So let's see what we got. We have blessings. So interesting enough, this is the card that came out. You heard me and saw me shuffling. This is the card that came out for the weekly reading yesterday. Interesting. So it's piggybacking on that, which makes a lot of sense. Okay. So what do we got with this blessings card? I'm not going to go into what the weekly reading talked about. We also have the card of security. So it's something coming in that's going to help us become a little bit more stable in our lives in some way. Let's see what we have. Oh, by the way, if this doesn't resonate with you, please go check out my next 72-hour playlist. Look at the titles and see what you might be drawn to. If this isn't resonating for you, there might be another one that is, because you might be on a different timeline. Okay, so because I can't pull for everyone in the world at the same time. We're all on different timelines. So let's see what's on this. Give me 2 cards on this blessing, please. We have the 7 of Wands. I get that as something that has the Emperor. Okay, so on this blessings, this is telling me with the 7 of Wands and the Emperor coming out here, this is something that we fought for. Okay, this is something we've worked for, that we've put time, effort, and energy towards to accomplish. And it's finally, I think, paying dividends, okay? It's finally paying off. Something we have worked hard for, that we've been determined to succeed at, is finally paying off, is what I feel. Especially given that I'm tying it into yesterday's weekly reading, since the same card came out a little bit here. So the 8 of Swords on security. So this is something, it tells me, interesting with this 8 of Swords, I'm tying it back again to yesterday's reading, that this is something that we have doubted would happen. Okay, so there's probably been, it's, even though it's something that we've put a lot, like we have fought for or been determined to achieve, there's been this underlying doubt of whether this was going to ever happen. And now that it's finally coming in and finally happening, that's creating more security. It's slowly, where there was this doubt, it's slowly pulling that doubt away. Because look at this on this card, usually the eight of Swords, the person is blindfolded. This person is not blindfolded. She can see through the bars. She can see what's going on. And so that tells me she's about ready to free herself. She knows what she needs to do to free herself. And so I feel like with this blessing that's coming in for us, as it approaches and as it comes in, it's going to help us get out of our minds a little bit, which will provide more security towards us or to us in our lives. Because now there's something that we always wanted, that we've been working for but not seeing. And as it gets here, or as it shows up for us, we have less doubt. We have less fear about it not showing up, and that causes us more. It frees up more of our energy, because now we're seeing it come into our life, if that makes sense. And the Knight of Swords. So with the Knight of Swords here on this security, this is whenever I see this card in this deck, it always kind of gives me this vibe of somebody, like, look at, there's like this, like he's come from battle, like he's got his sword out, like there's a battle back out here that was waging on, that he just walked out of the battlefield, like he emerged victorious. Even though this isn't a card of victory, it tells me that he's a survivor, that he is someone that I feel like this is usually the Knight of Swords is somebody who has a purpose. And so that's what I feel like. There's now a sense of purpose which is lending to the security. That's what's providing the security, because before we didn't have this sense of purpose, because it was like whatever this was, we were trying to achieve it, but it wasn't here. And because it wasn't here, we had these doubts and fears. But now that this blessing is coming in, now we see it. Now that we see that it's arrived on our doorstep, now we have a sense of purpose. So whatever this is, I mean, the blessing can be many things. It can be a partner or relationship, and now you're wanting to work on the relationship, which is providing more security, because now you know the way forward. You're like, oh, I see this as my partner, let's do this. Something becomes more secure because of it. Or it could be, maybe you have started your own business, and things have been really rocky, and you're wondering if it was going to be successful or not, and you had a lot of fear and doubts about that. But as you see that it's starting to become more successful, it's like now you're more driven and more on target to do something, to take action, to it's like more a targeted a purpose. Like that's what I'm getting off of this Knight of Swords is now we're more driven, we're more purpose oriented about doing something as a result of this blessing that's coming in for us. It gets us out of our doubts and fears and puts us in a more we have a purpose. So it's like somebody, like if you haven't, like, how do I want to say it? Maybe you've deliberated on making a decision and you couldn't make the decision. You were in two minds about it, but then something comes in that makes the decision for you. And because the decision is made, now you know the way forward, and that provides more security. I hope that makes sense. I hope it makes sense to you. But that's kind of what's in the energy. So that's how you're going to know. Like if it's basically saying, in the next few days, you're going to find more security, because something that was unclear that had you up in your head is going to clear up, because something's going to happen to shift the energy out of this mindset based on this blessing that's coming in, and it's going to give us like a direction, a way to go forward. It's going to get us out of our mind and give us a way, a purpose to go forward. And I think it's going to not only provide us more security, but also bring in more blessings for us as well. So that's what I have for you for the next 72 hours. I hope this helps you in some small way. If it does, hit that like button. Best way to support us out here. It really does help our channel, all our channels quite a bit when you hit that like button. So please do that as a sign of support. And thank you so much. I wish you the very best. Much harmony and gratitude to you, my lovely friends.